I gotta leave by about past.
Okay.
And I was there, man.
I was there.
And I was there.
I was there, man.
But baby, I was there, man.
That is true. I was there. As were you. Jerry, how you doing?
Brother. Good, brother. How you doing? Welcome to the show, man. Another Friday.
Yeah, perfect.
Another live stream.
Yep.
I lost my
And
light.
you're in Toronto, and I'm in.
Yeah, where are you? Where are you coming to us from, brother?
Mexico. Playa del Carmen, my friend.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Yeah, I'm listening to James Taylor, Mexico on loop.
Well, we got the king with us. We got the new king, the replacement
Very
king.
good. Very good. He's shatterproof too. He's plastic.
Dude, this time. No bumping him off his little stool, man.
Maybe not shatterproof, but shatter resistant.
Shatter resist. I already knocked him over once or twice, but yeah, he'll survive.
So he didn't get the invite. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna hold my spot. Hang on one second.
Okay, can you send out invites? Can you?
Yeah, hold on.
All right, dude. I'm gonna keep people entertained. Here we go. Hey, party people, how you doing? Look, 3D printed Elvis. If you're interested in a 3D, in any 3D printing, Chalmers 3D printing, man. The link is gonna be on the post that I put up on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, I believe. I think I put up a link on TikTok for him. Let me know. Reach out to me if you're interested in any 3D printing. That thing's badass. It's the king.
Sorry,
man.
did I just cough in your ear?
You did, but you're all blacked out. But it's all good.
Sorry.
So we heard you, but we didn't see you.
Okay, so I just sent an invite to Jojo, who's potentially our guest.
Okay, I'll see him pop up here when he comes.
Yeah, you will.
We're working out the bugs, man, like a couple 14-year-olds, man. We're figuring it out as we go.
I don't know about the couple 14-year-olds. If we were 14,
We're
we'd already
I feel like
figured it out.
I'm fumbling around like a 14-year-old, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, there you go. Would have already figured it out by now.
So, man, speaking of 14-year-olds, man, do you see my post the other day? This will lead off our conversation here. Where's Jojo?
Oh man, speaking of
I'm in.
Jojo!
Oh my God! I gotta shut this down 1 second.
You do. We got to keep this operation monetized, Jojo.
There we go. We're back. We're in. I didn't know how the
Jojo.
hell I was getting in. I was looking through the back door, the front door, the side door. I went through the chimney. I didn't know how to get the hell here, but I'm here now. I feel like Santa Claus, and I stuffed myself down the damn chimney.
You got the Santa beard. You're good to go, amigo.
There we go.
Jojo,
Hey,
meet
I'm
Dave.
Dave.
Dave, meet Jojo.
Woo!
You've heard a lot about each other, I'm sure. I told both of you a lot about the other one. And we're good to finally be here, Jojo. 2 months after we first tried to do this, brother.
We did. All right. There you go. I'm just setting myself up and trying to position myself properly here, man.
Get comfortable, brother. We're going to be here for a little bit, man. We're
All
going to have a
right.
little conversation here.
Where are you, Jojo? You in Toronto?
I am in Toronto, yes.
Cool.
So, Jojo, we have been referring to him as friend of the show because he's been on. He's told us a couple stories already, right?
I have.
We got a kick-ass Nash the Slash story. The doc has now come out. You were there when he lit himself up, and you have the magic photo that we posted.
Love that photo, man. It's one of my all-time favorite photos. I've been shooting 35 years, and that still is in my top 10 of all favorite photos, man.
It's badass. Thank you for sending it to the show.
How'd you get into photography?
Hey, good segue, because I actually wrote down origin story.
There you go.
So this goes all the way back to when I was 19, and I had an opportunity to go see a small little concert in the United States, and my sister said, why don't you bring my camera? And so she even went out and bought like a long telephoto lens to add to the camera, and I put this camera together, this little Pentax Spotmatic camera, and I had to actually even sneak it into the show.
I was about to ask, man. There was no photos back then. So
no photos back then. I had to sneak it in. So we were allowed to bring in a cooler with food and stuff. And so I literally stuffed all my camera in like chip bags, potato chip bags, and then resealed it all.
with the head cheese.
Yeah,
Head cheese.
exactly. And my
Mom's
little
sandwiches.
Mickey of something or other. I don't know what I had, but
Boy,
it
there's
was.
a
Mom's
world is
spaghetti.
away.
Mom's
But
spaghetti.
that the little show that I'm talking about was called Live Aid,
Wow. No shit.
and that
You
was
went
the
to Live
first
Aid?
time I ever used the camera in my life.
So you
So
wait,
how-
just so I'm clear, you were in Philadelphia in 1985,
July 13th, 1985. Saw
and
40
you were
bands.
at JFK Stadium. that day?
JFK Stadium.
So we got to talk about that. So
That's a whole day right there of talking. Trust me, it was a
That
hell
was
of a
my
day.
That's all-
third. Just so you
That's all I
gentlemen
care
know,
about.
it was my 13th birthday, and I
No
spent
way.
it glued to the television the entire day.
I
So
came
Jojo,
back, and all my friends said that they sat there for like the 12 hours and watched everything.
everything, dude.
Everything. Yeah, it was a magical day. I mean,
So
Your
the next,
sister lived down there or what?
what's that?
Your sister lived down there?
No. We're here in Toronto. I literally bought tickets for the show. So this is the way it went is I bought the tickets and I bought the bus package. And at the time, there were like 12 bands that were supposed to be on the show. And this is literally almost up until the day of. Now I get onto the bus, and they said we had to. There was a few changes in the lineup, and they said Rod Stewart canceled. He's not doing the show, and I went, oh boo hoo. But then they said Paul McCartney decided to stay in England, and that was the whole reason I really wanted to go.
wow.
And I was like so bummed out because I'm on the bus going there, and I realized I'm not going to see Paul McCartney. But when I got there, it went from 12 bands to 40.
I don't remember that detail, man. It's funny, I didn't know that.
But
But I do know you saw Dylan with
I did
Keith
see Dylan.
Richards and Ron
and
Wood
Ronnie Wood
on acoustic guitars.
on
doing
acoustic guitars at the end there. Yeah. Yeah, that Mick Jagger with Tina Turner. That
Yeah.
was a spectacular moment.
Yeah.
One of my personal favorite I had two.
Okay.
One of them was about 11 to 11:30 in the morning, and I'm standing next to a guy, and he's from the Bronx.
Okay.
And I had my little Mickey of rum or whatever.
Yeah, you're
And-
just a 2-hour drive. Yeah.
And so I'm having a sip, and he looks over at me and says, mind if I grab a sip? And I'm like, yeah, no problem. He pretty much polishes the bottle right there.
Nice.
And I'm like, what the hell, man? The next thing he knows, he pulls out this tie stick and he shares it with me. And I'm like, okay, that makes up for that.
Tie stick, man.
And all of a sudden, the next band on at 11:30 in the morning
Yeah.
was Black Sabbath.
Boom.
Boom, mind blown. Yeah. And I was so high already that I couldn't even figure out what the opening song was because I was just so excited that it's Black Sabbath. And he's like, "This is the most amazing opening ever." I'm like, "What is it?" He goes,
So
"It's
finish. it.
Children of the Grave" was the opening song, and this was
as they-
Ethiopia.
As they added all these acts and it exploded to 40 and you're sitting in your seats and you're half stoned, do
Yeah.
you know everyone who's coming? Like, do you have a printed program?
I did figure it out because there was a program. And I don't know if I bought it at the beginning or the end, but I did have a chance to peruse something. So I did have an idea of who was showing up. And I don't even think it was in any real proper order either. But it was being told to us. And so, of course, and then we're switching back and forth with England. So,
Yeah.
half the time. So then once we're done, it was about a 20-minute wait. And then we would see who's in England, watch that, come back. And then our guys were ready to go on. So the time lag was not bad at all.
Wow.
I mean, this was a really smooth running show because it was the
I
first of its
remember,
kind.
man. They pulled it off, man. They pulled
They
it
pulled
off.
it off.
When
And-
Freddie Mercury did Radio Gaga, what was it like in Philadelphia?
This was definitely a highlight for me as well because at the time I loved Queen, couldn't stand that song. I hated that song
Mm.
Yeah, me too. Till that
until
live
that
performance.
moment, and I became a super fan of that song. Watching
Yeah.
everybody in the
That's cool.
audience just do that. And I was just like hooked. So we were all having a great time watching it. I think everybody just became in awe of that moment. I don't know if we were really reacting. We were really reacting to our live people, but I think everybody just stood there like, what is going on right now? It was such an amazing moment. So
pivotal moments in my life.
Pivotal moment in rock and roll.
Shaping me. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so that was we got to see one of the great rock and roll history moments ever, and that was definitely a huge one for me. The next one,
you were there, man.
I was there, man.
That's cool.
Nice. And so then that planted the seed for you then.
It did. It did. It really did, because I came home and I started bringing my camera out to concerts now. But like to clubs and stuff, nothing big. But I was just trying to learn how to be a photographer, and I had no clue what I was doing. But I remember photographing like Coney Hatch. I'd photographed Killer Dwarfs. When I was 20, I lived in North York, and there was a club 5 minutes away. It just opened and only lasted like about a year. It was a crappy little dive bar, but a 19-year-old Jeff Healey was playing there. This is before his first album even came out. And so I went to see the guy not knowing who he was, and he just blew me away.
I literally would be blowing you away.
Completely blew me away. I actually had to go and say hi to the guy afterwards. It was like I was so enamored with the performance. So I went to say hi to him. Next thing I know, I said, hey, can I come out to another show? And that relationship lasted about 2 years.
That's cool.
So I would be at every Jeff Healey show with media passes photographing the show. And I loved it. I mean, to me, that just started feeding the photographer monster in me, because all of a sudden now I had a purpose, and I was hanging out with somebody really cool. And Jeff,
one of the only celebrities I could say I really got to spend a bit of time with, man. I worked on a syndicated radio show with Jeff well after he was established, but he had one of the world's or Canada's largest collection of 78 records.
Yes, he did.
He bought them up. So we were in the early 90s digitizing them at a studio and making a syndicated radio show with him. And so I got to sit on a Pro Tools and record him and look at him through the glass and fanboy out, because I was 21 or 22 at the time. So amazing. Cool dude. Super
very,
cool
very cool dude. Yeah. So I even like moments like, cause he had a great sense of humor as well. Yep. Always had kind words for everybody. I've never seen him in a bad mood kind of idea. And I remember I would always bring photos from the last show to the new show just to show the band. And he would sit beside me and he'd be like, let me see those. And he would grab them and he'd be touching them. And he'd be like, oh man, you made me look fat in this one, man.
Jeff.
So that was the kind of relationship we had. It was very cool and relaxed, and it was a lot of fun. And then of course, after the second album, they were just so huge. My time with them was at an end, because the record companies all came in and did their thing, and that was great. But that really steered me into, I want to do this more and more. And then I went to school for it. I did 2 years of night school, and then I realized I got to do this full time. I went 2 years full time, became a commercial photographer, and then I just did anything to do with portraits. I just wanted to do anything portrait wise. And that's what I've been doing my whole life, like 35 years.
So to get serious and talk real life for a second and break from the I was there, man format, my kid has an interest in photography. 18, about to turn 19, about to consider going to college.
Yeah.
There's still a future in photography right now?
Well, like any arts, it's a tough life. I mean, it's like anything. If you're going to talk to kids about being an artist, first thing you got to sit down, prepare them for is it's a roller coaster ride. You're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs. You're probably not going to get rich unless, of course, you get smart and take business courses, which I didn't do. But I did run businesses I have wedding business for 25 years, so I did make money. But yes, taking a business course would be the smartest answer to being a photographer. That's how you balance it out.
I'll pass on the info, man.
Yeah, that's the best.
So I know Dave is on a time constraint at the half hour.
Yeah.
So if I could lead into this next section, now this is something that since I knew that we were going to have Jojo on the show 2 months ago, and it was the third of the stories that you and I recorded at the library that day, but Dave and I discussed getting it live from you because Dave has his own connections to the same artist and same band. So
Are we talking about the Kumbaya Festival moment?
We're talking about Gordie Johnson.
Yeah. Oh, Gordie Johnson.
Yes. The hit. One of Canada's best all-time bands. Sorry, what'd I say? Gordie Johnson? Jesus.
Yeah.
I know, because you got excited when you met Gordie and did his I Was There.
We just did it. So now, so it's the moment that Gord Downey, Tragically Hip, one of the all-time great Canadian bands.
Yes.
Dave has connections and has his own I Was There Man stories. And you told me that day in the library one of the best I Was There Man stories. So we get to hear it a bit live now. And this is what I wanted you and Dave to interact with and see if we can get that out of you, man. What was your experience with Gord Downey?
So the Gord Downey, so this was 1993. It was Kumbaya Festival at Ontario Place Forum. This was Molly Johnson's big baby. She organized everything. It was for, AIDS, really big show. And it was a full day of artists. One of the highlights, I got to hang out with like Holly Cole, Blue Rodeo, Alex Lifeson was backstage, Tom Cochran, things like that. Yeah. So these were all really, so the whole day was like one long, huge experience. But at one point, I'm back there, and I could hear everybody getting very excited. And they said, Gord's here, Gord's here. And I'm like, and I wasn't a huge Hip fan yet. I loved him, but I wasn't like gonna, go crazy if I saw him. So I saw him, I walked right up to him, and I said, hey man, could I grab some photos of you? And he said, I would love to, but I need to see my wife. My wife says she needs to talk to me right now. So I said, that's cool. Go do your thing. And so he turned around, started walking away, does a 180, comes back to me. He hugs me and he looks at me and goes, you are the coolest guy here today. And that's all he said. Then he walked away. And I'm like, makes sense because the media has been on him all day long, and I'm sure he's never had a break all day. So I gave him his first break of the day. So I thought that was a nice moment. So now we're coming to the end of the day. I'm backstage again. I see Gordie. Gordie actually sees me, and he goes, hey, man, come here. You're the guy that wanted to take the picture of me. I said, yes. He goes, do you still want to do that? I'm like, absolutely. So he says, stand here and wait with me. I said, okay. And I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. And then out of the background, I hear something like, ladies and gentlemen, the Tragically Hip. Doors open. He goes, follow me. I go walking out onto the stage with the Hip, onto the Ontario Place Forum stage. And he grabs me and he says, sit right there and take all the pictures you want. I was sitting like 6 feet away from the guy with my camera and just
on stage
on the revolving stage. And I was so high at that point. I probably ran through the first roll of film in 10 seconds. I was just way too excited. And then I said, I only got one roll of film left. I had to slow everything down, but that was a moment I'll never forget. As a photographer, that was definitely one of the highlights of my career.
And was it the roar of when you walked through that curtain?
It was surreal. It was absolutely surreal because you finally got that understanding of what fans go through when they get that rush from an audience, because you're walking out and you literally feel that energy. You're feeling it right at you. And that's what got me so high. I was just I was shaking when I sat down. I didn't know what to do with myself.
That's awesome, Jojo.
It was a wicked moment, yeah. So, Dave, how does that compare to your Gord story? What's your experience?
Mine is more just fanboy. I was there, man. Yeah, but we have a running gag on the show where we out each other for being old, and you just outed yourself with the film reference. I ran out of film. What the hell does that mean?
What's
it's
film,
funny.
man?
Damn, you're old. So there you go.
You just
part of
lost
the-
half our
you're
crowd.
part of the
but it's
group.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, there you
You're
go.
just
See
part
you
of the-
guys. See you,
part
young
of the-
people. Go back to your
Yeah.
devices.
Yeah. So no, we the hip. It was interesting because part of the story is that I was always a hip fan, and Jerry not so much. So we'd have these discussions like, I just don't get it. And I was in residence at Humber College in 1990 to 91. And
Okay.
then I did a radio internship in 1993 in New York City. So in the 91, 92, when I was there, it was tragically hip 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. People were playing them cranked through the hallways all the time, drinking beer. I have an ex who is from Sault Ste. Marie, and I met her through friends from the Sault, and they took an enormous amount of pride from the song. What's it? I forget the name of the song. Oh, it's gonna bug me. But the smartest trees in Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
and they're like, yeah, they mentioned the Sioux, man. It's like, yeah, but it wasn't flattering, right?
Yeah.
They were slagging it, right? They didn't give a shit. They just loved the fact.
They
Born in
got
the
their
water.
name.
That's what it was. Born in the
Born
water.
in the water, yeah.
Born
So-
in the water. Yes.
But I got to see them a few times, and I saw them at another roadside attraction, which was amazing.
I was
show.
there, man.
Yeah, there you go. That was the one in Barrie. We
Yeah.
saw that one in Barrie, I think. And then I saw them again a couple times, and it was kind of ironic. They did a tour where I was living at the time in Victoria, their second to last tour that they did. And they
Right.
came through town, and we went and bought tickets probably a week after they went on sale, and we got front row. When
Wow.
the Tragically Hip, right? And then the next time when they came back through the final tour, as he was diagnosed terminal, they sold out within like a minute or two. And I thought it was kind of, I don't know whether it was ironic or what it was, but a lot of people had kind of forgotten about them, certainly in Western Canada, and then were reminded, no, these guys are amazing. But one of the couple things that did stand out for me with the hip is their lack of being able to break through in the States, which worked. I think obviously it worked against them financially, but it worked for them in terms of them being, the biggest
Hours.
band in
Oh, yeah.
Canada, right?
Oh
In
yeah,
being
that's
Canada.
a huge sense of pride. Absolutely.
Yeah. And even more so than Rush, because at the radio station I was at, they were trying. The music director was trying to push fully completely. She was. I
Interesting.
talked to her, and I would say these guys are huge in Canada. She was. I've been trying and trying and trying. She was. Rush works. For some reason they're just not catching. Like they
Wow.
liked the songs, they did okay, but it didn't, grab you by the short and curlies like it did in Canada. And so I found that fascinating.
We want to wrap this up on a good note, and I know Dave's not even aware of this because I did eventually buy tickets to go see the Hip.
Oh,
And here is my concert poster
nice.
for the Hip, Weezer, and Broken Social Scene.
Wow, that's a triple
Up at the
bell.
Markham
What's it called?
Fairgrounds. I got a T-shirt, a concert, and good seats to the show. So I got the
Nice. Right
Nice.
on, man. Right on.
Should we end it on that note, Dave? Because we're here at 7:30. I think we got a
Yeah,
couple great stories.
I got to roll out, Jojo. I appreciate your time and love to have you back
Yeah.
on. I know that you've been in. It's maybe before you go, give us a
Yeah.
little spiel about Blast Toronto. What's
Yeah,
going
man.
on?
Absolutely, yeah.
Blast, dude.
I still got like 100 stories to tell you, so I'll be back, I'm sure, one other
Come
day.
back, yeah.
So, but for Blast, this is
We
a
know you
passion
do.
project for me. Absolutely. I started this. I got serious about it about 2.5 years ago, and the reason I got passionate about it was I'm looking around all these really fabulous artists in Toronto, super talented people, and they can't even make a living, and I just want more exposure for them so they can just reach the next level. Just if they're playing a dive bar, I want to see them in a bigger club. If they're playing decent sized clubs, I want to see them to get to the next level. I mean, that's kind of like my whole purpose is that. And the other side of the purpose is since the pandemic, I found Toronto they're finally starting to come back out, but there's still tons of people that are still not coming out to shows. So that's another reason I'm trying to pull those people out, saying like, hey, start coming out, start checking out some shows. And then the third reason is, since again the pandemic, a lot of clubs closed down and a lot of new clubs are opening up. Smaller clubs. The whole scene is very underground again. A lot of coffee shops, a lot of little bars here and there that are trying to bring in music. And the problem is nobody knows where any of these places are. So I'm trying to put a directory together so people can go to the directory and just say, hey, I'm into stuff near Hyde Park. What bars are near, what live music is near Hyde Park? And then you can look that up. Or I want to see a metal act tonight. Well, punch in metal, and then the metal bars will show up, and then you can kind of make a decision of where you want to go.
So as a quick question for you, Jojo, because you were in the scene then, you're in the scene now, clearly, because we see your posts. You're out 6 nights, 7 nights a week, brother.
I am, yeah.
What's the percentage between the 90s music scene that I played in, where you could go see a band 7 nights a week, multiple sets a night? Right. What's the percentage? Where are we now compared to live music at the height of Toronto 90s live?
Oh, it's very different because, yeah, the 90s was definitely a time when I was going out a lot. That's when I was discovering my music. I'd be out seeing alternative bands, ska bands, metal bands. I was so hungry to.
There was something for everyone back then.
There was something for everyone, and there still is. It's just right now even with popular bands, the best they're getting is they'll get like a residency at a place for, say, 4 weeks in a row on a Tuesday night, say at the Cameron House. And then that's it. Then 4 weeks is up, then they revolve it into another band. And so residencies they're there, but they're very compact. They're very small. It doesn't give it doesn't really give anybody a chance to really sit there and have people come over and over again. Like, this is my familiar spot. This is my familiar band. Maybe Sauce on the Danforth is good that way. They've got like 3 nights that are dedicated to certain artists. They're good that way. But yeah, the percentage has gotten very, very low. So everything's very scattered. Everything's very disorganized. And in all that chaos, I'm trying to figure out a way how to reorganize it so people understand where to go see music.
Well, if I could get a plug-in for a friend of mine that you need to come out and see, because I know you've probably seen her before.
Yeah.
Lori Yates has a rockabilly band at the Cameron House on a regular gig right now, and she's one of those residencies that you're talking about, and I'm dying to get out there and see them. The name escapes me at the moment, but shout out to Lori Yates and that rockabilly act that she's got out there. Go check her out and get some photos of those.
Well, you give me a date and I'll drive you over there.
You got it, brother.
Done deal.
Sounds like a plan. I got some noise in the background. I got some noise in the background. I'm going to sign off.
All right, boys.
Thank you so much, Jojo. I appreciate. We'll be in touch. Okay.
Friend of the show, Jojo, delivers again. We know we've got a lot more to get through with you, brother, so thank you for coming.
I got plenty. I've got plenty to give, man.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for being there. Please like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, party people.